Today, I want to talk about something we don't often question: what it means to be a common man in today's world. From the moment we are born, society already has a path set for us. We are taught what to do, how to live, and what goals we should have. Go to school, get good grades, go to college, find a job, get married, worry about your kids, save money, retire, and then eventually die. This pattern feels so natural that most of us don't even realize we are following it without question. But if you step back and really think about it, you start to wonder, is this truly living? Or are we just moving on a conveyor belt, shaped by the invisible hands of society? Many philosophers have talked about this. Jean-Paul Sartre, for example, said that society loves bad faith, a way of living where people lie to themselves. We pretend that the life handed to us is the life we freely chose. But often, it isn't. Sartre believed that true freedom means creating your own path, even if it's scary, even if it means standing out. But society teaches us the opposite. It teaches us that being different is dangerous. It pushes us to be normal. The German philosopher Nietzsche also warned about this. He said society makes us herd animals, people who are afraid to stand alone. The herd teaches you to fit in, to be like everyone else, to not think too deeply. If you dare to be different, if you dream bigger dreams, you're often laughed at or called foolish. Nietzsche believed that true greatness comes when you break away from the herd and create your own values. But that path is hard, and most people, understandably, choose the comfort of being normal. In modern society, being normal is almost like a safety net. Go to school, get a degree, get a job. These steps are safe, predictable. They offer a kind of security. Parents, teachers, and even friends push us toward this life. Not because they're evil, but because they themselves were taught that this is the only way to survive. They pass on their fears without even realizing it. And so, generation after generation, we keep building lives that look almost the same. The French philosopher Albert Camus talked about the absurdity of life, how we are thrown into a world without clear meaning, but we try to create routines to hide from that scary truth. Going to school, working a 9-to-5 job, getting married. These steps give us a sense of order. They make life feel less random. But sometimes, deep inside, you feel a whisper, a strange feeling that says, is this it? Is this all life has to offer? Camus believed that feeling was important. It's the beginning of true awareness. Society also trains us to link our worth with our productivity. If you have a good job title, you're respected. If you're unemployed or chasing an uncertain dream, people look down on you. This idea has roots in capitalism, where your value comes from what you can produce, not who you are as a person. Karl Marx warned about this. He said workers become alienated, meaning they feel disconnected from their true selves because they are forced to sell their time and skills just to survive. Think about it. A common man today spends most of his life working jobs he may not even love just to pay bills for things he might not even need, while dreaming of a future that always feels just out of reach. Then when he retires, tired and old, he is finally told he can relax, just when his best energy is gone. Is that really a life? Or is it a quiet kind of tragedy? Of course, not everyone wants to be a billionaire or a world-famous artist. That's not the point. The point is, did you choose your life freely? Or did you just quietly accept the script that was handed to you? Freedom, as philosophers like Sartre and Nietzsche remind us, is not about becoming famous. It's about waking up to the fact that you have a choice and having the courage to make your own path, even if it's small, even if nobody understands it. A common man today is not just someone who lives a simple life. It's someone who accepts life without questioning. Someone who stays in the safe lane, even if their heart longs for something more. Someone who fears standing out, who fears failure, who fears change more than they fear living an empty life. But what if we could change that? What if more people started questioning? What if more people dared to live lives that were strange, beautiful, authentic? What if being normal was no longer the goal, but being true to yourself was? Philosophy doesn't promise easy answers, but it does invite us to open our eyes, to see that life is short, and that fitting into a mold is not the only way to live. Maybe you still choose to go to college, to get married, to work a steady job, and that's okay. But if you do it because you truly want it, not because you were too scared to imagine another way, then you're not a common man. You are a free soul. In the end, society teaches us to be normal because it's easier to control a crowd that moves predictably. But life is not meant to be predictable. Life is meant to be lived fully, freely, fearlessly. And maybe the greatest rebellion today is simply to live a life that is truly yours.